Hi and welcome back to the Naviswork tutorial. And in the previous session, we were talking about using the Find Items panel to create sets in Naviswork file. And there's actually two different kinds of set. The set that we created are called selection set, and there's another set called the search set. And in this session, we're going to learn the difference between both of them through an example. But just follow me here. We're going to remove the second condition. Okay, here, do a right click on the second row. Just delete condition. That's basically deleting the row itself. So now we have back to element name equals Windows S12. Use the Find All button. You have 14, right? You have 14 as we have proven in the earlier videos. If you were following in the previous video, then you will notice that the same number, 14. That's great. And right now, instead of clicking on Save Selection, I want you to click on these binoculars, which says Save Search. So click on it. Oh, wait a minute, I clicked on the wrong button. Save the binoculars, and this one will be Windows _S12 and AAA. Okay, the reason why I put the AAA behind is because even though Naviswork will allow you to create sets of the same name, so this is the one that is represented by a square and a circle is the selection set, the binoculars is a search set. So you cannot have sets of the same name. Okay, so if it's a different name, you can see that the objects here are still highlighted. If you have sets that are of the same name, so I'm going to show you here, I remove the AAA at the back. The sets no longer work. You can see nothing is selected, 0 items here. Click on Windows S12, 0 items here. So things start to kind of be mysterious the moment you have sets of the same name. Okay, so sets must have different name, whatever name you want it to be. I don't really care about it too much. Just make sure it's a different name. And once it's a different name, you can see it starts to work as per normal again. So, okay. So make sure all sets have a different name, otherwise your sets will not work. Okay, to simulate the difference between a search set with the binoculars and the square and circle selection set, I need to open the Revit file. Okay, Revit file of Trapolo Archi file. The reason why I open the Archi file is because that's where the windows are created. They are not in the structural MEP file, so there's no need to open the structural MEP. Just open the Archi file. Okay, so in this Revit model, okay, what I need to do is just go around and maybe I'll just select this S-shell windows. What I want you to do here is go and find one S-shell windows in the Revit file, delete them. Okay, so I found Windows S-shell. You can see on the properties menu is Windows S-shell. Do a delete. So I remove one S-shell windows from the Revit model. And the second task that I want you to do at this point in time is to change 3 other windows to a S-shell window. So it can be maybe this one. This is currently S15. So just pick anything that's not S-shell and change them to S-shell. Okay, so this is not a Revit class, but I believe you should have some Revit knowledge to know how to change. Okay, you probably can't use Naviswork without knowing how to use Revit, right? I suppose so. Okay, so let's change first item to be Windows S-shell. It doesn't matter if it's colliding or whatsoever. We're just going to run a small simulation. We don't have to care whether it's modeled correctly at this point in time. So maybe this one as well. S2 I'm going to change to S-shell, and just change something to S-shell again. This is S2 change to S-shell. So what we did in the Revit file is to remove one of the existing S-shell windows, and we change 3 non-S-shell windows to be S-shell. Okay, so that's what we did. Press the save button. Okay, and remember when you have updates in your Revit model, you need to save and go back to press the refresh button. But before pressing the refresh button, I'm just going to let you know the difference between search and selection sets. So let's say you have updated your model. You know, S-shell has you have at this point in time you have 14 of S-shell windows, and next week the design changed and you have 2 additional S-shell windows in your project. Okay, if you are using a selection set, okay, the next time you click on this set, it will not show 16 in total. It will still show 14 items. Okay, which means a selection set does not update even if you have new S-shell windows in the project further along the design stage. Okay, it will not be captured in the selection set. It will not be captured in the selection set. Whereas if you are using a search set, whenever there is new S-shell windows in this project, okay, the search set will be able to detect them and put them in this set automatically. Okay, so one is not automatic. The other one is automatically placing them or updating the quantities. Okay, what you will notice later when you press the refresh button is you will notice the selection set here seems to update. A selection set only update if an item is deleted. So for example, this Windows S-shell here there's a window S12 that we deleted, right? So when you press the refresh button later, these windows will be missing. So you will expect the number of items here to be 13 items selected. So a selection set will only update its value if you remove an object. But if you add additional object, it will not be captured in the selection set. Whereas whether you add or remove an item, the search set will be able to capture that immediately. So let's go ahead and refresh. Before you press refresh, I just want you to probably in your head kind of think how many elements in each set there should be, especially for Windows S12 of the selection and Windows S12 of the search set. So what I can say is, as Windows S12 here, the selection set will have 13 items, and for Windows S12 here is 16 items. That's what I would expect when I press refresh. So let's go ahead. And so there you go. If you click on this set, it should have 13 items as expected, and the search set has 16 items. So that is correct as of now, right? And so next thing that we're going to learn in this video is, I mentioned to you there's 3 different file types for Naviswork: NWC, NWF, and there's one more for NWD. And the reason why we use NWD is that we want to transfer our annotations, comments, viewpoints, so that other stakeholders or other subcontractors down the line is able to view those markups that you've done. And there's 3 versions of Naviswork. One is Manage, and then that's 100% version, which means you can do everything about Naviswork in this Naviswork Manage package. There's a simulation package, or sorry, not simulate package, which can only do timeliner but not class detection. And there's Naviswork Freedom is a free version where people can download and use to view comments made by others. There's no way that they can modify things, but minimally they can view the things that other people have done. So in order for you to share your work here with other stakeholders who did not purchase the software, you need to save as NWD. To do that, go ahead and click on Publish. And with these settings over here, it's not all these are optional. There's certain features which are rather cool. You can include a password in case you feel that you don't want a file to go to the wrong person. And there's also another setting here that will allow you to choose when the file will expire on its own. Okay, I'm just going to write the date down, which is 2019-1710. As in the comments, it's not necessary, but I'm just going to put a date there. Press OK, and I'm going to save it. Let me see, where do I save this file? Okay, folder number 2, I'll just save it in the empty space here, no problem. So it's the NWD file. I'm just going to put the date again, 2019-1710, right? Wait, 1017. Okay, so you can see here the format is NWD. Go ahead, click Save. And in the meanwhile, while it's publishing as NWD, you can open up Naviswork Freedom. Okay, so you need to type Freedom in the search for Windows. Okay, and I just want you to experience what people who may not purchase the software, what they can see, what pieces of work they can see, and what functions that's available for them. So here, the NWD file has finished saving. Now I'm opening Naviswork Freedom. As you can see over here, I go ahead and open a file. It's folder number 2, and this is the one that I just exported as NWD. This is the file that you can send to your stakeholders, and you can open up in Naviswork Freedom. And you can see that in terms of viewpoints, they're still able to see some, not some, actually all the viewpoints that was created in the actual file. Okay, all of them, all the viewpoints will be seen. If you have dimensions or markups in the viewpoints, they will be shown right on the screen as well. They will not disappear at this point in time because we never had any. If you created markups, then they will appear. Right now, my file doesn't have it. And they can change the mode to wireframe, hidden, line, shaded mode. These are available for them. And you can see that the Home tab, they can see the animation that you create, which we're going to learn in Module 3. Right now, we didn't create any videos or animation, so there's no point clicking on this button. Okay, so they can see viewpoints, they can see dimensions, annotations, markups, they can see video if you created it. They can do their own dimensions here. Okay, but although they can dimension, it is not permanent. Okay, as you can see, they only can do one dimension at a time, and there's no way that they can convert it to red line to make the dimension permanent. They cannot. They don't have access to drawing tools as well. Okay, so very limited functionality in Freedom, but they still can view your viewpoints. Some of your important stuff. That is not a problem in Freedom. So that's about it for this class here. And this is the end of module 1, and next video will be module 2. So if you have learned something and you like the lessons, hope you give it a like and subscribe for more videos. So see you in the next one.